Man, if I could time travel from when I was 15 years old and meet me, I'd be like, bro, dude, you're killing it. We have Tomahawks everywhere.
What's up, Internet? I'm Dan Casey, and this is Secret Obsession, the show where we interview cool people about the things they are low-key obsessed with and or secretly nerdy about. And today we're joined by the hilarious comedian, the life of the party, and the star and producer of the new movie The Machine, which hits theaters on May 26th. Please welcome Bert Kreischer. Bert, I'm thrilled to talk to you today.
I'm a man defined by his obsessions.
Well, that's great to hear. You're on the right show. And usually I have more than one word to go on, but in your case, I don't. So I'm curious, stakes, missiles, or weapons? Because the only word I was given was tomahawks.
Oh, dude, I went through a big tomahawk obsession during the pandemic where I just started buying them. It was like, it started with an axe. Someone sent me an axe. And then I was online. Me and my daughter would get online and just start looking. And then my favorite knife, so I'm obsessed with knives too. My favorite knife is Spyderco. And I found out Spyderco made tomahawks. And I was like, shut up. So I bought those. Then I bought tomahawks for everyone in the house to hide by their bed in case we had a home intrusion. Then my wife got me a home handmade tomahawk from like Finland or Iceland, Russia. And so, dude, I go into these spirals where I get into something like I'm really into knives. Like I love knives. Watches is an obsession. Wagyu beef was an obsession for a minute. Dude, my algorithm is screwed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's gonna be, at least there's like there's a theme there. You can use these tomahawks to cut the oversized steaks. Therapy plays an interesting role in this movie too. Would you describe yourself as someone with an obsessive personality? Putting it lightly.
In my personality, it's interesting because you'd think I would have broken my daughters, like because I'm broken. Like I'll ruminate on a thought over and over again. I'll just obsess about a thought. Like there was a moment where I had like a little bit of a bump and I was very unhappy. And the song by 21 Pilots, Stressed Out, was the name of the song. And I was obsessed. I kept singing the lyrics over and over again in my head, obsessed with this song. And my daughter Georgia played the song and I go, oh, I can't hear that song. Cause I'll go back into that obsession with that song. And she goes, but you're with me. What if you listen to it with me? And then all you remember is the good times we had. I went, whose child are you? Why is your brain not so messed up like mine? Yes, I am obsessive.
At the height of it, how many tomahawks would you say comprised your collection?
15. I mean, I had them everywhere. I had one on my treadmill. I had one on my desk. I had them everywhere. It sounds crazy. I have 3 by my bed, one in Isla's bed, one in Georgia's bed. I got one by the front door. I had them in cars. I had them everywhere. And it was a cool feeling just walking around with a tomahawk.
I have to imagine it definitely makes you feel very safe and in control of your own domain.
And then I got too confident and I almost killed Caitlyn Jenner with a tomahawk.
Oh no.
Yeah. I could do this throw where I threw it between my legs and it would hit the thing. And I threw it, and for whatever reason, you can find video on this, it went up in the air and went right by Caitlyn's face and landed right next to her foot. And she got pissed.
I'm glad you mentioned the treadmill because there is a scene in the movie where you have a different weapon on a treadmill. I'm curious why that particular one? There's so many weapons in this movie. Why no tomahawks?
I was obsessed with mace swings. Like getting ready for this movie, I worked out. I know it doesn't look like it.
So a little, even less.
Easy peasy. I was obsessed with mace swings. They're really good. And one of my buddies turned me on to it. And then this company named On It sent me a bunch of maces. So I started doing these mace swings and I showed it to the director, Peter Atencio. And he was like, oh, that would be cool if we could tie that into a fight scene because you've been training with a mace. And so we put it in the thing, the mace mile. Have you ever swung a mace?
I have not.
Dude, mace swings are awesome and they're a great workout. And it's like more muscles than you think. And so, but yeah, I have a bunch of maces too. And I gave them to the stunt team. I gave them all my maces. If I could time travel from when I was 15 years old and meet me, I'd be like, bro, dude, you're killing it. We have tomahawks everywhere. Shut up. You have maces? Is that a bow and arrow? Do you have a spear? I have a spear at my house. I have a surfboard. I don't even surf. I actually have 5 surfboards. 15-year-old me would be losing his
When you decide on what you want to collect, is it like a conscious decision or something that just stems from an intrusive thought? Where does this impulse come from?
My obsessions are things where the child in me goes, bro, we should get a new pair of sneakers. It's like the child in you going like, dude, we're grown up. You can get a new watch if you want. And then you're like, yeah, let's get a new, and then you look at it. Dude, I do that with dogs. I got obsessed. When you get ready, it's the coolest thing in the world to be like into something and that's all you're just opening tabs just left and right. And dogs, when we wanted to get a dog, I wanted a big dog so I was on the road. It's the funnest thing getting it, but it's the childhood in your head going, dude, we should get a dog. And you're like, I can get a dog. I don't even have to call my dad. I can just get a dog.
Definitely the strangest revelation about adulthood is that you can just follow that thought to its logical conclusion. Do your daughters also have that collector's impulse, or are they less attached to the material world than we are?
They're less attached. So I did this cool thing. I thought it was cool. When I was on Travel Channel, I would buy them snow globes wherever I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd bring them home. I got some really cool snow globes. Like the one from Austin had bats that would fly around.
Oh, nice.
I got really badass snow globes. And then when we did the house, they had them all lined up in their room. And when we redid the house, I was like, what are we gonna do with these snow globes? And both the girls were like, yeah, we're not really into the snow globes. I was like, what? They're like, that was like your thing. Like, we just put them up because you bought them for it. We don't really play with them or look at, I mean, they're just up there. We're good with getting rid of the snow globes. So we got rid of the snow globes. Did we get rid of all the snow globes, Leanne? They're in the attic. I got Isla and I got knives for the girls. When Georgia went to college, we got her little pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
Isla got a blade like this long.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then she lost it. I go, where did you lose it? She goes, I think I left it at school. I go, you brought it to school? I go, why would you bring it to school? She goes, it's a knife. You need a knife. I'm like, oh my God, you're not getting any more knives.
So, Bert, I got to say, congratulations again. Thank you so much for sharing your obsessions and passions with us. Congrats on the movie, and I can't wait for people to see it.
Unexpectedly awesome conversation. Thank you.
Pleasure was all mine.